Yo, we are live, we are back. Sports Jazz, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Please do subscribe. Josh, Isaac, of course, we have the latest Manchester United transfer news. We will be also diving into other related transfer news. We will check on Gyökeres, of course, because I understand it seems Arsenal already has a step in it. So it's going to be a bit crazy. So let's wait and see how things go. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Josh and Isaac. It's a crazy, Josh. It's a crazy evening. Lots of things happening.
Apologies for getting here late,
Yeah, we came in late.
but yeah, glad we're here.
But we came in hot. Late, but
Yeah.
hot. Oh,
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Dre, what up, Dre? What up?
Yo, what up, Dre?
Dre, I'm still checking on that. You know, when
Jahim.
you go to, I checked him out, by the way, somewhere. And
I
it
know.
displayed, it
Yeah, I'm,
displayed
I'm
everything.
excited.
And
I'm so excited
the
for
excitement
him.
is unless I didn't understand what we're saying, but it seems he's the dad, right?
Yeah, he is the dad.
Wow, that's the excitement.
The other name is Jahim Mukisa.
Oh,
Jahil
Mukisa
Mukisa.
Dre.
Yeah.
Amazing. Shout outs to you, everyone. Please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. And what up? And it's been a while. What did we do?
I
Is it
know.
because you
What up,
support Man
What up,
United and United lost? Yo, Dre, and thank you so much for tuning in, guys. A lot is happening in the transfer news, Josh. United stepping up interest in Dilap, but also it seems like we are losing on on Gyökeres, because news coming out today shows we are completely out of the race. And Arsenal are gearing up. They've already offered him a 5-year contract which is very, very bumpy. And I mean, you bite what you chew, what you can chew, Josh. I think we shall settle for Liam Delap. What to do? Once again,
Yeah,
guys,
but
please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Yeah, Josh, you were saying?
Liam Delap is a good candidate. Is a good option. I hope that we can be able to get that one over the line, because it's also not done and dusted, because he has so many suitors, and he's still interested in speaking to Newcastle and Everton and Chelsea. So I don't know, maybe the allure of coming back to Manchester will be just enough to get him here, and his relationship with Jason Wilcox will help for him to come to the club. I don't think we were always favorites for Victor Gyökeres. The only,
Especially after being knocked out of the Champions League,
even if we had
Europa,
qualified for the, even if we had
failing
qualified
to
for
win
the
the Europa.
Champions League, even
I
if
don't
we
think
had
he would have
qualified
come.
for the champion, no, I don't think he was ever going to come to Manchester United because of the
Are
things
we that
that
bad?
would, yeah. If you were a player in that trajectory, I don't think he's on the other end of 20 years old. He's 26. And the next contract that he signs, he hopes to be winning certain things, and coming to a club that he's building and stuff like that. It might be difficult for him, given that he's now in the prime of his football career. He's doing things that he has never done before. The only link to Man United was Ruben Amorim, because Ruben Amorim was at Sporting Lisbon and got him from Coventry, and turned him into the monster that he is right now in front of goal. Maybe we had a slight chance at signing him, but I didn't think it was going to be possible, because it would attract so many suitors, and the structure of payment of Manchester United was always not going to favor Sporting Lisbon. Sporting Lisbon was always going to ask for cash.
Yeah, they want one down payment, cash.
Exactly. And United, even with Matthias Cunha, who has already showed that he's going to play for Manchester United. He will play for Manchester United. He will join Manchester United. Wolves has accepted. We had to negotiate over time the manner of payment, and we came to the installments, the 3 installments, and that's how we have Matthias Cunha today. So you would imagine what it would take for Sporting Lisbon to accept for us to take Victor Yokores. It was always going to be difficult.
I think those teams are not like EPL teams. EPL teams have money, Josh. EPL teams really have
Yeah,
money, unlike
they
these are small teams.
they do.
You
The
know,
broadcasting rights in England are well shared out, almost evenly shared out among the 20 members of the Premier League.
once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Josh Isaac, Man United latest transfer news. Dre says he's getting prepared to be in Gothia Cup, Gothenburg. It's somehow called today in Sweden, but no excuse. He has to train hard.
Yeah, go hard. And I
Shot number
remember,
10.
yeah, the right
27 goals
number
in
too.
20 games. That is scary.
I know it is scary, and we have a lot of flair.
Impressive, man.
We
Yeah.
have a lot of flair from
I hope he
around
keeps
here.
going.
So yeah, it should keep going. And 13 years, if you can have those numbers, actually, yeah, the Gothia Cup made a lot of stars, a lot of footballers in Uganda, because I remember there was a KKL academy
By
in
the way,
Uganda
yeah,
that
back then.
participated in the back then that participated in the Gothia Cup, and every time we went to the Gothia Cup, we were the best team there. I mean, we had maybe stunted like players, young players, and these kids that we did find there in the Gothia Cup were huge. They were built, they were young, but they were really built. The goalkeepers, the very tall and stuff like that. But we managed to win almost every other Gothia Cup that we participated in. That academy ended suddenly in Uganda. The sponsors of the KKL Academy left Uganda, and it was no more. But it is good to see that he participates in the Gothia Cup. He's preparing for
Nice
the
stuff,
Gothia
man.
Cup, and with those numbers, I hope he's the top scorer of the tournament, or is the most valuable player in that tournament. And yeah, from where you are, that's a very good place. Sweden is a good hub for grooming talent, especially
What,
African talent.
that's why I say, especially African talents. It's a good one. So all the best,
Yeah.
man. Hope he goes on. He's asking, but, but Josh, do you know? Do you guys know that right now in Sweden has a former strikers lead? Oh yeah, Isak. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
watch
yeah.
out for Fredrik Karlsson.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, it was first said here on Sports Jazz. It was first said here. Yeah. Oh, I'll be honored. 100%. Actually, I'll have to fly to wherever he'll be playing to watch him play.
That would be superb.
Oh, yeah. Best of luck. Best of luck. I mean, yeah, Alexander Isak is he's moving mountains. He's moving mountains right now.
Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Josh, yeah, okay, let's dive right into it, Josh. Yeah, United are set for a busy transfer, Josh, this summer. Of course, they are looking to back manager Ruben Amorim, who's aiming to rebuild his squad after disappointing 2025 season, finishing 15th in the Premier League, Josh. We've also missed out on European football, but that's all in the past. We've moved on. And quick, Josh, first, the confirmed departures before we come to Liam Delap. Victor Lindelof, Johnny Evans, and Christian Eriksen have already left Man United. They've said their goodbyes, and contracts expired. And Lindelof is one of those long-serving defenders. Joshua has made 270 appearances, while Evans is a club veteran who has played 240 times for Man United, Josh, across both spells. And Eriksen, of course, we all know. He also confirmed his exit after the final game. He also scored a penalty, courtesy of Bruno Fernandes giving it to him. But and Ruben Amorim also approving, Josh. Still on the departures, Josh, I wanted us briefly talk about Marcus Rashford. Rashford is expected to depart permanently this summer after a long spell at Aston Villa. He's reportedly seeking a club offering Champions League football, Josh, being linked to Barcelona. And of course, it looks like he's going to lose his number 10 shirt, Josh, which is already set for
It's
Matheus
not
Cunha.
He no longer has a shot at United. I don't think it's his.
Why?
But
Why
that joke of Rashford joining Barcelona is really interesting because And why would he wish to join Barcelona unless it's just for the sake? He would
Mm.
be a great player at Barcelona, but I don't see how he plays on the left side of Barcelona. I mean,
Who you-
there's Rafinha, and there's Lamine
mm,
Yamal,
mm.
and their health is not that bad. They're always fit, so
I don't.
I don't understand why
To
he
be
would go to
honest,
sit on the bench.
I also don't understand.
At his age, he should be looking to play every
Eh,
week.
eh, But he really wants that move that he's ready even to have a pay cut, Josh. That's how
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
desperate
It
he
would
is.
be great for him playing for Barcelona. I mean, leaving Man United to any other club that is not Madrid, Barcelona is a downgrade. No matter where Man United is, we could be
Mm,
15th, but leaving Man United to go to Arsenal is a downgrade. Leaving Man
mm,
United to go to Liverpool is a downgrade, even if Liverpool just won the trophy. I mean, he should be going to Barcelona, Madrid, you know. Okay, at worst, maybe Atletico Madrid.
at Atletico, no, I don't see him going to Atletico. There's no even where they. And why would Barcelona be interested in, by the way, signing Marcus Rashford? I don't get it.
Because he's a speed merchant. He
No, I
can
don't get it.
actually work for Hansi Flick. He can work for Hansi Flick very well. By the way, don't get it twisted. Marcus
Mm,
Rashford is not lacking in talent, in quality.
mm,
He's not lacking in quality. He's not lacking in talent. It's maybe the environment has just been he's just been in the environment for so long, and he has lost the good store to play for Manchester United. You could
mm.
see it even like two seasons ago. Before he scored the 30 goals, there was something missing. Actually, I think under Mourinho, you kept seeing there was this lackluster performance from him, and we later got to know that he was playing with a broken shoulder and what and things like that.
You
But
mean that time he went for that long surgery, right?
yeah. But it looked like he was always off at Manchester United. Maybe if he gets a new environment, he will go and play his football. Because for me, I think it's the mental it's the mental it's his attitude and the mentality that is
Mm.
wrong with Marcus Rashford, but talent, quality, 100% he's there.
Well, still on departures, Josh. Of course, we have Alejandro Garnacho, who's likely to leave, with Amorim indicating he doesn't fit into his plans for 2025-26 season. And of course, his absence in the final, from the final day, Josh, and of the Europa squad fueled speculations that maybe they even had a fallout. But news coming out today is Amorim told him, I mean, when they had that meeting all together as players, he was direct, confronted him, and told him, I hope you have another team ready and lined up to sign you. Straight up. Straight, and that's what you've always wanted, Josh, right? You've always wanted
Yeah.
Alejandro Garnacho to leave.
No. I've always wanted a manager who has his faculties in order. I mean, I've always wanted a manager to actually come out and call a spade a spade. I have wanted a manager who takes over, who has authority over the dressing room, and his word is final. The club can accept his word. The players can accept his word. So when you have a manager like that, then maybe they can be discipline that is instilled in the side, and we can have a much better Man United side going forward, other than what was happening before with managers who were just people pleasers and letting things fly.
Ole
I mean,
Gunnar Solskjaer was such a softy man, a yes man.
Yeah, he was
I
such
like
a
Mourinho,
softie.
by the way. Mourinho wasn't a yes man.
He
You
can
know,
never
he's
be. He
actually
can
not a
never be.
yes
He has
man.
no bone. He has no bone.
He's
He
already
can't take,
destabilizing the what?
he
The
can't take
Turkish
that
league, you know.
Turkish league. He can't take rubbish. He can't take rubbish. I mean, he calls a spade, and yeah, when you have some authority and you impose yourself on the dressing room really early on, it can work. But I think Man United should find a way to actually not just talk about the players who are leaving, but find solutions and make businesses happen early for them to get out, because when we're going to need the funds for us to okay, it's not a sale to spend transfer window, but it would help that we have let off players and the transactions have been concluded, so we can bring in players really quickly when we know that we've actually gotten money from those players. Because what happens when you have Matheus Cunha and you sign Mbeumo and you sign Liam Delap, the stock of maybe Alejandro Garnacho goes down, because the other team that is interested in buying him, they might view him as United already sees this player as surplus to requirements. So I mean, we are just helping them to get him off their books, so we can pay this law, and they'll be able to accept. So we need to make things happen really quickly. We need Jason Wilcox to actually look for people to buy the players who are going out. So I mean, put them on the market, take them out real quick, so we can move on.
Dre says Mason Mount has to go before anyone else, guys.
No,
by the, I'm with him. I'm with him on
bro,
that. By the, I do agree.
I don't agree with that. I think that's unfair.
I know you
to
don't,
Mason
Josh.
Mount.
Why? You're going to say because he was injured most of the season? We didn't ask him.
Yeah,
to get injured,
he has
we
only
paid a lot
played
of money for him to get injured.
Yeah,
Josh,
but then he has played like
so
2 games.
poorly. Josh, we don't care. No, it's not. We do not care how many games, even if he has played only half a minute. We signed him to have him play on the field to help the team perform well, only for him to come in. This. The only problem is Amorim likes him. By the way, he likes him really a lot, and he's not shy to say that.
And for me, I think that he helped us. He helped the shape of the team during the Aston Villa game. I don't know if you noticed something different about how United played.
Yes, I did.
There was a lot of no pressure and things like that. People had a lot of freedom, and they were not scared to do the things they wanted to do. But Mason Mount had a lot to offer in how we applied ourselves in the final third. The pressing highly and adding another man in the box whenever there was a ball to cross and stuff like that.
I like him when it comes by that to pressing. He's good when we don't have the ball, trying to win back possession.
And I like that is the best attribute with when you're playing 2 inside 10s, because the 2 inside 10s, the purpose for the 2 inside 10s without the ball are to make sure that the other players, the defenders, cannot play that ball. They cannot play that ball because it is easy to get through our midfield. You can actually walk through a 2-man midfield because you always have 1 extra player. And when you have clever players up front and they make a good movement, you even have 2 extra players in midfield. So you always want your 2 10s to actually narrow the spaces within which these guys are going to play the ball into your own half.
Dre, I'm in the comment section, but Dre has some really interesting stories. Duke says, watching from UG. That's nice, man. Chakavi, great. Shout out to you, Duke.
Bigger.
Drax. Dre says, do you remember Martin Mutumba? Josh, in a minute.
Yeah.
Martin Mutumba, in a minute.
I do remember Martin Mutumba. I think he played for a team in Sweden, VFK something. But the guy had some skills. He had some skills. He had some great skills on him. But now I do understand that it was not lost on the talent of Martin Mutumba to fail at Uganda Cranes, but it was more about the environment and ushering him in and stuff like that. They didn't take to him too easily. At least right now, there's been some bit of exposure, and almost every player, even in the local league, has tested some mini success by playing in these semi-pro leagues and stuff like that. So it helps. It helps that they've acclimatized to different environments. So when they have professional players, it's much easier to usher them into the first team than it was before.
Well, Dress still says, I'm here with my cousin Rashid, still nursing wounds about the 2008 Champions League final when Drogba was sent off. Please console him. United to the top.
Yeah. Drog. Big Drog was sent off, but still, I don't know. It was always going to be difficult for Chelsea to do anything about it because there was a guy called Cristiano Ronaldo at the peak of his powers, and anything that you
Not even
wanted.
peak. He was just starting.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was
Oh,
just starting.
I think
He
that
was
was
just getting started, man. There is no
imagine
way he could have
imagine
been stopped.
at his start was the peak of his powers. At that point, he was at the peak of his powers.
Incredible.
We didn't know what he would give us more, but as it has turned out, actually the nigga is still great again. I mean, this guy did everything. He did
Oh, by the it looks like he stopped.
everything.
It looks like Cristiano Ronaldo because I saw yesterday, was it in Instagram, saying this chapter is closed, another chapter is opening, or still going.
Yeah.
It looks like
Yeah,
he might
because
go. Rumor is he might go to Brazil because he has a
the
very huge
marketing.
offer and he wants to play in the Club World Cup.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to play in the Club World Cup. I mean, FIFA
They
wants
want him to
play.
play. I
FIFA wants him to play in the Club
Okay.
World Cup, so they've started
retract
the
my
marketing.
statement.
Yeah, they've started the marketing, and they're making, they're doing everything. They must have offered him a lot of privileges to be able to play in the Club World Cup,
I
so he
know.
can market it for
I
them.
mean, for him to
But
leave all that money in Saudi, yeah, and go the other
at
side.
least no, at least for him, he's doing it for the football. Even if FIFA is trying to influence him here and there, it's not like how FIFA was rewarding Lionel Messi with awards that he did not deserve.
Man, I remember those guys, those journalists. I hear football French. Is it whatever organization sits to pick? You know, they gave out 3 Ballon d'Ors to Messi that he didn't deserve. I'll say that honestly.
And the
speaking,
most
it wasn't
valuable
fair.
player, and the most valuable player of the tournament at a World Cup, when
Who?
Messi did not deserve it at all.
Mhm.
The
You
the
know.
World Cup, Argentina lost. Germany, Mario Götze.
Yep.
You know, Messi was given the most valuable player of the tournament. I think he scored 2 penalties and another goal.
Who? And he was given.
Was yeah, but I think there was I think there was the James Rodriguez World Cup. Yeah, but Messi was given.
Dre says he has questions. Dre, we're here for questions. We're here for questions.
Yeah, we're here, bro.
Then he says Mbeumo is a must sign for Man United. Actually, about Mbeumo, but before we come to Mbeumo, Josh, still on the departures, Josh, we have Sancho. It's still not yet confirmed whether United is going to get the 25 million pounds from Chelsea, but it looks like Chelsea is ready to pay a fine of 5 million pounds just not to sign Sancho. That's how bad Jadon Sancho is. That's how low he has fallen, you know. And the only problem with him I see is he still thinks he's really that guy. He still thinks he's that top guy, but maybe yes, he has the talent, but he still he has declined. I would say, I don't know, maybe 3 years back, he's really underperforming. You know,
I told you,
for a team to agree to take to pay a fine just not to sign you, you must be that bad, Josh. And I think the only way he can rekindle his career is if he goes to German, because that's where he was before.
And guess what? There was rumor that maybe Bayer Leverkusen could take him, but Erik ten Hag has since taken the reins at Bayer Leverkusen, and I don't think he would be interested in signing a player like Jadon Sancho.
He wouldn't.
Because he showed him all the love in the world. He loved Jadon Sancho. He did everything to help the boy, but it was a lost cause.
Sancho himself.
Yeah. So about the sales, I can actually tell you something about how United can make some money and even spend a lot more money than we expect.
Okay.
To have the 100 million kitty that we expect to have. If United does sell Alejandro Garnacho and Marcus Rashford, say for 90 million pounds combined, that would be pure profit for Manchester United. And you know, when it is different from what happens when players are bought, and the amortization period is the period of the contract. So the profitability and sustainability rules would apply to a small amount of the money for each year of the contract. But when we do have pure profit, the tension on the PSR would come down, and United would be in a position to spend up to 3 or 4 times the 90 million. We would have about 300 million to spend we would be allowed
Wow.
300 million to spend, and we would still be within the PSR. Okay, there would be no
Wow.
problem there. So imagine we
More
do
than rubbing
we
my palms.
yeah, you do imagine we do manage to sell Garnacho and Ronaldo
Garnacho,
and Rashford for about
Rashford, even
90 million,
Sancho, if
100
it's
million.
possible.
No, just these two, just these two.
Mm.
Then when we have the laxity to spend 300 million, then we sell Rasmus Hoyland, Jadon Sancho, Terrell Malacia.
Terry
We get
Malacia,
money
as
from
mentioned.
Carares. Yeah, we
Mm.
get money from Carares. We sell Onana. We sell Bainda. And you see, we sell
But
about 7 players.
I think the only teams interested in buying Onana are only those from Saudis, and they should step up. And
And
Africans
he's
love
also
money.
interested in go make some money, boy.
Yeah.
From where we come from, we don't turn down money. Go
You
make
want to?
some money. Out,
John
out,
Duran.
out.
John Duran already proved to us. Bro
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah, yeah.
firing
Go
goals here
out,
when
bro.
they came for me. Was like, yo, everyone that is criticizing me, you don't know what it means. Right now, I'm living my dream. I have everything. The family is okay. So it's okay, Onana. If they come for you, the better for Man United. I
Please
mean, at
go.
least we won't be seeing those mistakes that you keep on doing that have cost us,
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Onana. Bye. Thank you very
Uh,
much. We still
Dre
love
says, you
you.
guys have a WhatsApp number in order for you to get Jahim video. Yes, yes, we do. Yes, we
Yes,
do, Dre.
yes, yes, yes.
I don't know how I
Um,
will.
we're
Maybe
going to drop
TikTok.
it. Yeah, 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 yeah. First, give
TikTok,
us your
right?
TikTok. So yeah, we
Or you
can
can
drop it
just go
anywhere.
to sports.jazz TikTok. You see us. Yeah, you see us. You can always send. We can always talk from there and share contacts. Um, um then Messi, the only big name player to win a World Cup with 6 or 7 penalties.
But he did well in the last one,
I
though.
say you guys man, this is hate.
He did well. He did well in the last one, though. The ones they
Yo,
actually won, because me, I'm a Dutch fan. I'm a big, 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 big Dutch
this is
fan,
hate.
and
Serious. Messi is the only big name player to win a World Cup with 6 or 7 penalties. Come on, bro.
yo, that guy. They had to create a Confederations Cup, not Confederations Cup. What's it called? CONMEBOL. The
Mm-hmm.
Copa America. They had to play 3 Copa Americas consecutively for Messi to win a title with his country,
I know.
bro.
FIFA Golden Boy. He
Then
has
they had
four
to
Ballon
come
d'Or
up.
cheats.
They had to.
Ah,
They had to come up with Simanyi Finalissima.
what's that?
Finalissima. Argentina versus, I think, whoever won in Europe.
No, I don't even remember. Oh,
Yeah,
by the way,
that funny trophy they came up with just to. But anyway,
accommodate
I know
this.
it's a competition of making money. Whatever UEFA does this side, FIFA tries to do the other side. Whatever FIFA tries to do the other side, UEFA does this side. They all just trying to make some money.
Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Incoming transfers, Josh. I know you've mentioned this, but just to update you, Matthias Cunha is close to, or rather, United is close to finalizing the 62.5 million deal for Wolves forward Matheus Cunha. Of course, they're about to trigger his release clause. And we all understand the Brazilian has agreed a 5-year contract until 2030 with an option for an additional year. He's expected to wear shirt number 10 currently. Signaling that Rashford is likely to leave the club, Josh. Despite, by the way, Josh, despite the lack of European football, Cunha is keen to join in now. This shows you how huge Manchester United is as a club. To finish 15th,
Still the biggest club
you
in
need
England.
almost on everything, and still a player like Matheus Cunha wants to join Man United. That's really huge. It's a statement. It's a huge, huge statement.
Still the biggest club in England.
Still the biggest. Liam Delap, Josh, United have agreed a framework of 30 million pounds deal for Ipswich 22-year-old striker. Of course, they're also meeting his release clause. Personal terms are already outlined, Josh. And the transfer is just waiting for Delap's final decision, Josh. Of course, we know Chelsea and Newcastle are also interested. I understand Chelsea was really pushing really hard, offering Champions League football. But again, as it stands, it looks like United are in pole position, Josh. And why do you think all these players are choosing Manchester United, even after having offers from clubs that do have European football just next season?
Legacy, pedigree. We are that club. We're the biggest club in England, arguably the biggest club in the world. I mean, the situation that we are in, you could be part of the solution of
Mm,
bringing back the biggest club in the world. You know,
mm,
you, Liam Delap, you, Matias Cunha, you, Brian Imbuemo. So why
Mbeumo.
wouldn't you want to be part of a project? And a guy like Ruben Amorim, wait, that guy, that guy can throw word. That guy can throw word. He's a very good orator, so I think it is easy
Yeah, he's a
for
good
him
orator.
to.
He talks.
But I don't like the thing that Liam Delap is doing. I don't like the players who don't want to play for Manchester United.
Well, who
So
has said he doesn't want to play for Man
he
United? He
had
means
better
he's
sort
taking his time.
himself. I know those things that I'm taking my time to. It is Manchester United that has come. The other team is Mani Chelsea or Everton. One, you just have to decide Manchester United. You don't have to waste a lot of time at the. You have to look at the other side and this side for who is going to for who you're going to choose. It is Manchester United that has come. So I hope that it doesn't turn out that he's wasting time. He's thinking about it
I don't think
because
he's
there's
wasting
nothing to
time.
think about when you're coming when Manchester
Man
United
United.
is
When
involved.
United comes calling, there's nothing, no
You
second
you
guessing.
you just gotta say yes. I mean, so many players have regretted having said no to Manchester United. The
Like
latest I have
Joshua.
seen is Samuel Nasri.
Someone else, what, he has regretted?
Patrice Evra, yeah, Patrice Evra actually just came out and said that on the day that Arsenal won the trophy,
Mm.
I'm sorry, Man City won the trophy. Samuel Nasri told Evra that I made a huge mistake. I should have come to United. You know, he was almost signing for United. Everything was done. Then he
Mm.
just changed his mind at the last minute.
Well, Sports Jazz, Josh, Isaac, you only find here on Sports Jazz. Dre says, by the way, thank you for being active, Dre, man. Shout out to you, brother. Head to head, you guys should break Nestroy and Henry what they won during club level. Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Finally,
yeah,
Josh,
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
a
yeah,
good
yeah.
one for
That's a good
Nestroy.
one.
I
No,
miss
no,
that
no, no,
fierce
no.
competition, that
I'm, I'm,
rivalry
I'm,
between Man United. You know, it was
it's
it
coming.
got
It's
so
coming
engraved
soon. Challenge
in the fans.
accepted.
It got so
Challenge
engraved in
accepted.
the fans in Africa that people forgot that Man United's most, I would say, how can I say, nemesis is Liverpool, and for Arsenal, it's Spurs.
Yeah, but
It
you
was even
see,
okay for some people, for some Arsenal fans in Africa. It was okay for Spurs to win the Europa, but
yeah, yeah,
those
yeah, yeah,
staunch
yeah.
Arsenal fans, no, they even cast us more.
Yeah, but you see, the thing though is, um, it was difficult for a guy who started to follow Manchester United in 1994, okay,
Mm.
to have anything to hate about Liverpool. They were never our challengers, never in the Premier League era. I mean, we used to read about them in the newspapers that they were our traditional rivals, but beyond that, you would never even be scared that tomorrow you're playing Liverpool.
Yeah,
As in, it
you
was
would
that easy. It was a walk in the
that,
park.
that's
So
that
for me,
easy.
the rivalry was in the statements that the players, the players felt it.
Bro,
The
those are our
manager is
babies.
talking about it and things like that. But the enemy
As
was weak. The enemy
as
was very
Evra
weak.
said, Arsenal are our babies. They will always be our babies. Man
And now
City,
for
the
Arsenal,
noisy
at least
Man
for
City are the
Arsenal at
noisy
the time,
neighbors, and Liverpool are the real enemies.
yeah.
Evra
But
portrayed.
at that time, Arsenal, they were rivals. They were real
Yeah,
rivals. They were
they were
knocking
competitors.
on
They were
the door.
contenders.
They, yeah, they
They were
actually
asking
won.
serious questions.
Yes, they won a trophy in '98. They came back and won a trophy, I think, in 2001 or 2000. Then they won a trophy, the Invisible season. So I mean, yeah,
I'm checking out
they were
something.
they
Anyway,
were there.
Josh,
It was
that
easy. But
the
challenge
suggestion that
accepted,
Dre,
Dre.
that's a
Yeah,
nice one. That's a
Van
nice one.
Nistelrooy, Thierry Henry, it's coming through.
It's coming through. By the way, Dre, whenever you have some time, I don't know. Anyway, we shall talk. We shall talk privately. Maybe we could host you sometime because we see you really love football. Once again,
Sports
guys, please do
Jazz.
subscribe. Sports Jazz. Josh, we're still going on. Of course, those incoming. there's rumors of it hasn't really picked up pace, but United are rather targeting Crystal Palace's striker as part of their attacking overhaul, with
Oh God.
interest
Oh God.
intensifying after the Cunha deal. Look, I love Mateta. He's interesting, but I don't think he's the man for Man United.
Oh God.
I don't think he's the man
Oh
for Man
God.
United.
I don't even
And I
want.
hope it's not true.
No, I hope they're selling papers.
Brian Mbeumo. Josh, talks have opened with
Now,
Brentford for the versatile forward who is also
now,
on United's
now,
radar now.
that,
If
now that's
United
it.
manage to get this guy,
Even if we don't buy any
manage
other
to sign
guy,
Brian Mbeumo,
even if we
bro,
don't buy any other guy,
it's game over for other
I'll be
teams. Game
contented.
over.
I'll be contented. Even if we do, but we gotta let go of Onana, so we have to sign a keeper.
Man, Onana has to go.
We gotta let go of Onana. He gotta go.
But Josh, we have a long way if we really want to buy players. We have a long way. When I say long way,
Yeah, but
players to sell. We have a mountain to
you
climb.
see, we have a mountain to climb. That's what I'm telling you. That if we do sign Mbeumo, Dilap, and Matias Cunha, we can rest our laurels on purchasing players, and we go ahead to see to it that these players are out of the club. The Rasmus Hoylands, the Onanas, the Baindes, I
All
would
those
like to
players.
keep Casemiro. I would like to keep Casemiro for continuity and experience in the midfield, even if he's not playing. Even if he's not playing, but you need some experience around. You need some experience around. You need
Casemiro.
a player.
I think he has improved in the last games, matches we performed poorly. But if suitors come, if a good offer comes in,
Yeah.
let him
Well,
go.
no
But yes,
doubt,
him
no
staying,
doubt.
I don't mind him staying. I think
Because you see, then we have only Maguire.
The kid.
Then we have only Maguire, Fernandez, maybe Delict, Licha.
No, I think
the most experienced players in the club.
By the way, there are
Mazraoui.
very few.
Yeah, there'll be four.
Experienced.
Mazraoui, Delict, Maguire.
Speaking about
and
Licha, I cannot wait for Lisandro Martinez to come back. The only problem is getting injured a lot, and ever since that Copa America.
You see the way the guy plays. He's very aggressive.
He's the butcher anyway. They call him the butcher.
And
Josh,
the injuries will go away.
Excuse me.
It reaches a point that the body has managed, and Mazraoui is now injury free. He played the whole season and didn't get
surprising.
Injured.
He barely got
Even
injured.
when he had a heart scare of the heart palpitations.
In fact, it's one of the reasons as why. It's one of the reasons as to why Bayern let him go.
Yeah. He's played the most games. He's played the most games for Manchester United this season.
Potential incoming transfer, players. There's news of Mike Maignan, Josh. Magnan, sorry, the AC Milan goalkeeper, also France goalkeeper, Josh. He's another target, although no deal confirmed. We have Emiliano Martinez, who just got a red card when we were playing.
No, we can leave that guy.
Who? We can leave who?
Emi Martinez.
He's also linked to Man United, but
if we can get Mike Maignan or Joan Garcia. Yeah.
And yes, we are still being linked for Franco Mount-Antuno, Josh, River Plate's teenager. He's attracting strong interest from Man United. Chelsea is also in the mix. Sorry. What were you saying? You don't want what?
I don't want United to turn into an academy. We need to buy some players who can help us win.
I know. But do you know? Yeah. Do you know? Do you see? Don't you like what Arteta did at Arsenal? He brought in those many kids.
No, I don't.
Letting go of players like Ozil, Lacazette.
I don't want to be second for 6 years. No. The first year he was 8th. The second year he was 6th. The third year he was 5th. The fourth year he was 2nd. 5th year 2nd. 6th year 2nd. Yo, bro. Okay, maybe the 7th year will be first.
Says, I played with, if you guys follow football Uganda, Josh follows at least me. But Josh,
I'm a footballer, bro.
He's engraved. Let me see. I'm a
Katwenian born bred.
Katwe.
The Mboma.
That's a very golden boots. I don't remember. Josh, do you?
No. Yes. I can. I can. I'll just ask on the streets because the time, it just the time frame. Yeah, because the time frame around the period that you did play as a kid, because me, I'm about 37 now, so I played soccer during the times of the Jajawarus, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, and City Tires, Coach Butindo. These are the guys who were around at that time.
I
Yeah,
know.
that is the time that I did play football, and I went to St. Mary's Chitende for my A-level football school, you know, and yeah, so football was
Lawrence
around me for a
Molindo.
very long time. Yeah, with Lawrence Molindo and stuff like that. But I'm not a Vipers fan. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not a
really.
Vipers fan. I'm a Sports Club Villa fan.
Dre, we need to get you on the show sometime. You know, we talk out. This would
Surely,
be a very,
surely,
very
so
great.
surely.
It would be a very, very interesting
But
story.
I know the guys I'm gonna ask from Katwe, the Mboma of Katwe.
He says 2004 to 2010.
What? Oh, that's so soon, yo.
I would be lying,
That's so
honestly. I would be
recent.
lying. And by the way, you know, we used to be neighbors of Hassan Mobiru. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
we used to be neighbors just here in Kizungu. Who
yeah.
else? You know,
But there's a
Sozi
lot of
is
players
also like
from
we're
that.
kids. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot
very
of
many
players
players.
from that
Kids.
mess, that pitch
Yeah,
mess.
yeah. A mess. Oh, no, that's the other side next to the court martial. You know.
Mm.
Anyway, yo, Dre, we shall catch up. Sports just please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Still looking at United, Josh. Josh, real quick, what do you think about Anthony Semenyo? I'm glad the rumors and everything are calling, although it won't go, because it looks
No,
like I don't know.
I think it should be
It's
Man
rumored to be that
United.
United are advancing on a potential move for Bournemouth's forward with plans in place.
We can't get Mbuemo and Semenyo.
I know,
Yes, we need
So I don't
mechanics,
know.
but no, the other mechanic is very, very mechanical.
Yeah, I think I'd also
No,
prefer to have Mbuemo. I'd prefer to have
no.
Mbuemo.
Let's first forget about
Mbuemo is a
Semenyo.
destroyer.
By the way, I hope these guys are not pulling our legs, telling us about Brian Mbuemo when they are going to sign Semenyo.
Mm.
I don't even know how I can do a show about Semenyo.
Ask Kolabira Isaac and Moleme Isaac.
Muleme. Oh,
I think I've had the name Moleme.
Muleme, Isaac Muleme now, he still plays even for our national team sometimes. But yeah, there's a left back that United has that Uganda Cranes has called up to the national team called Jordan Obita.
Jordan Obita.
Yeah,
By the way,
He's
you know,
good. He
we are
plays
still
for
neighbors
Reading.
with Coach Waswa.
He plays for Reading. Oh, what's up?
You know that name, Coach Waswa? Coach
Yeah.
Waswa. Short.
Yes.
I was a kid, but I remember sports just gay sports. Hey, Dre, now you're rewinding us back, you know?
Yeah.
You know, the same
Deep.
I'm neighbors, by
deep.
the way. I'm in between Coach Waswa, Semo Gere, who's Nakatanza's father, Hassan
Simo.
Mobiru. Man, I'm in between there. I'm somewhere around there. Kizungu, so they're neighbors.
Simo.
Yeah. Anyway,
Did you ever play regional? Did you play regional division football or
you're asking Dre.
yeah? But
Lukuli
Katwe, I
FC
remember
knows me.
Katwe
Really?
played.
Lukuli Hats and Lukuli FC. That's where I am.
Yeah.
Coach Waswa used to-
Because from Katwe, you don't come. It's not that far from playing around Match India and stuff like that. So
the Butters. Yeah, Butter. I remember Butter. I was a kid, by the way. I used to go to I remember Butter. So he used to come around. Hassan was movie used to come around.
yeah,
there's some other
Butter like
names.
Timothy Batabaide.
No, but I remember the name Butter.
Yeah.
You know. Then Buire, I don't know whether he knows Buire, but he passed on. R.I.P. Buire. He used to play for the Lukuli guys. Oh my God, he's taking me back. Sports Just, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Okay, Josh, we're still on Roma's. Josh, we've missed out on Jonathan Tah, who's closing in on joining to Man United on Bayern Munich on a free transfer. Josh, Josh, by the way, we're still. I know you say you don't want United turn out to be an academic club, but we are still linked to Southampton's Tyler Dibling. Josh,
yeah. Maybe we're buying these kids to sell them in the future.
Really? No, I don't think
so. Tyler Dibling is a very talented footballer, but for the stuff that we play, he can be a good wing forward.
Can
I
be.
don't see how we can be a wing forward, but at least the right wing forward in Amorim's system is always an attacker,
There's
so
another. There's
he
another
can play as
kid
a wing
who
forward.
plays for Genk. He's called Bilal Hanous or Hanous. I don't remember, but he's also just very good and can play as a forward or right wing back. He's very good. I've watched a few games of
Mm,
him.
okay.
Anyway, Ruben Amorim just remains backed by the club despite Europe, the Europa loss, Josh, and he's planning. Excuse me, he's planning on Alina squad. I saw he said earlier today in his
Yeah.
presser that United currently they don't need a very huge squad since they are not in the Champions League or the Europa League, and he's planning to reduce the size from 31 just to 20s. Josh, you know.
Yeah. That would be nice. Actually, I remember Mourinho saying that it's always difficult for you to buy new furniture when
Mm,
you have old furniture in the house. You
I
gotta
think that's
get
what.
rid of the old furniture and then buy the new furniture. They falling out of Mourinho with the Man United hierarchy in USA. That time it was not about buying new furniture. It was about letting the old furniture out of the house.
Mm.
Yeah, and yeah, it was very
Sorry, I'm laughing.
difficult. So.
I mentioned keeper Bwire, RIP. He said I scored a lot of goals versus Bwire, RIP. Bitege. He's calling Bitege.
Eh,
There's Paul. I don't know whether you know Paul. Paul Bitege. Paul Bitege, who has also. I know. But Jemba. Yeah, I remember Jemba. I remember Jemba. I remember
Jemba.
Jemba.
Mm.
Fred Musoke. Anyway, we shall catch up. We shall catch up. I hope. I've seen. He says it's
This was
Greg
nice. This
Mikisa.
was nice.
He says it's Greg
Nostalgia,
Mikisa on
nostalgia.
TikTok. I'll look out for him. So yeah, Josh. Let's go back to Matthias Cunha, Josh. Briefly tell me what I mean in a scenario Man United has signed Matthias Cunha, they've signed Brian Mbuemo, and assuming Liam Delap is also there, Josh. We are now focusing on the attack, which has been a very, very, very huge problem for Man United because we've struggled to score goals, we've struggled to convert chances. I mean, we've fluffed goals. I know we've not we've not created a lot, but even the little that we've created, Ganacho, Rasmus Højlund, Joshua Zirkzee, they've all not doing. They've all not doing. They have not been doing their job. They've not been executing. You know. So, how do you see the shape of Man United if they manage to sign those three forwards? How lethal will the attack be? How scary is it going to be for other teams if the Man United manages to sign Mbuemo, Cunha, and up front Liam Delap?
For without fear of contradiction, I think United will qualify for the Champions League
That fast, just like that.
with those three signings
Mm,
under Ruben Amorim.
mm,
If he has chosen them himself, I
mm,
know he's not the one who has chosen Liam Delap. Jason Wilcox insisted on Liam Delap, but because of our situation, I know he can accept to take Liam Delap. He preferred a ready-made striker, just like Eric Ten Hag preferred a ready-made striker, and they forced him to buy Rasmus Højlund. He never wanted to buy Rasmus Højlund. The club bought Rasmus Højlund.
That's a bad move.
Yeah, Richard Arnold bought Rasmus Højlund with his little unknown knowledge of football. Did
But by the
go
way, people
against
are
the
mad
manager.
at Sir Jim Ratcliffe or Ineos for sweeping, you know, getting a broom and sweeping all those guys out. But look, if you want a club, it's just like if you take over a company, the company has been performing poorly. The first things you do is take out everyone, or you give them
Guess what?
you make them reapply for jobs again. You know, whoever is
In
incompetent,
20,
you let them go because we are in this situation because we had incompetent people taking over. You know, running football affairs in Man United.
in 2016,
Yeah.
2016, 2015, Louis Van Gaal did say that United had a lot of useless scouts, over 200 useless scouts at the club, all doing nothing. Imagine it has taken us 2015, 10 more years, okay, to clear the house. 10 more years
And more.
to clear the house. But this is a manager who came and realized there are so many people doing nothing at the club. What are all these people doing here?
No, manager, you mean Sir Jim Ratcliffe?
No, I mean Louis Van Gaal. When he
Oh,
was
back
at the
then.
club
Okay. Yeah.
in 2015. Okay.
Don't.
He did notice that there were so many people who were useless at the club. By
Mm,
that, I think he meant they were not doing the job that he thought they would be doing. You get?
mm.
So, I mean, if it took them a whole 10 years to correct that mess. It's mess that needs to be corrected.
It's very,
Whether
very.
it will not be good, you will not look good, but it is a mess that must be corrected because it ought to have been corrected 10 years ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
we need
Dress
to sign
says.
a deadly striker, but
I
I
agree.
don't think we are going to sign a deadly striker. And
Mm.
for me, Liam Delap, the fact that you have Cunha and Mbuemo behind him, just take Rasmus Hoyland out of the picture completely. No
Yeah.
sub, no ati he will learn. Just take him out of the picture completely.
And he has admirers in Italy.
Yeah,
Napoli
yeah.
is one of them. There's Juventus is also one of them. Inter
Inter
Milan
Milan
reportedly is
too.
also interested. I mean, that will be fine. That will be
And for
okay.
me, I feel he's a guy who can work for Antonio Conte. He's mechanical,
Mm.
but
But
his dad
Conte
is
is
so
likely to
old.
lock horns with the Napoli president, about the new contract. Remember, Juventus really want him. They want him so
Yeah,
badly. So,
yeah.
but I would like him. I don't like that business of a manager winning, then he moves on. I would like him to stay at
No,
Napoli
for me,
again.
I don't mind unless you're a Man United manager. For a Man United manager, you don't have a right to leave the club. You don't
And
have a
until you're
right to
fired.
leave the club until you're fired or when shit hits the fan. Then you gotta go. But a Man
Dre is
United,
also laughing.
yeah, I grew up with Sir Alex Ferguson. I mean, he's a guy
Uh-uh.
who stays at the club. And by the way, there was a time that I really wanted him to leave in 2005 because
Mm,
we didn't even get out of the group stages in the Champions League.
mm.
Benfica knocked us out. We didn't even manage to gather enough points to get to the Europa League. Okay. I was so mad. I wanted him out of the club. But soon thereafter, he was showing me that, bro, it was a bad season, but, we shall get the groove on. We shall get the groove on. And we were
Yeah.
buying right. We were doing the right things in the
I also
window.
just like what Amorim is doing right now. It's like he's setting up a culture reset at Manchester United, Josh. A
Yeah, I think
discipline,
which needs to be done.
exactly, passion, a clear vision. That DNA. He's trying to reshape the squad, and I think it's really needed because the players have been out of order, and players like Garnacho, if it needs for them to leave, regardless of how good they are, for the club to get better, let Garnacho
If
leave, let Garnacho go,
if
let us
if
get
if, if
50
they
to
were
60
good
million
anyway.
pounds.
If they
Hmm?
were good anyway. If they were good anyway.
Oh, come on, man, really. Hey, by the way, Josh, the rumor that Al Hilal wants to try Bruno Fernandes, I mean, it won't go away. They want to offer 120 million pounds.
I'll be mad
But
at Bruno
today,
Fernandes.
Amorim has made it clear. He said Fernandes is, unless otherwise, but from what he understands, Fernandes is not going anywhere. He's he's part of the big project,
Let
the
Bayern
rebuild of the
Munich.
club.
If Bayern Munich brings 100 million,
Mm.
I would wish Fernandes well, and he goes to Bayern Munich. But to go to Al Hilal, no
Josh,
disrespect to the Saudi league, but bro, it's not just about the money, man. I like the player.
mm.
The guy is not
Josh,
washed up at all.
at all.
Plays
I
like
know,
a
I know.
25-year-old, and then you take him those ends. No.
By the way, did you see the rumors that Newcastle announced that sporting director Paul Mitchell will leave the club by mutual consent at the end of June 2025?
Whoa.
You know?
Hasn't he just gotten through the door?
I know.
Adieri, where are you? Adieri. What's happening? What's happening?
Dre says, I trust and believe in Amorim. Then he also says, what do you guys remember about Mateja Kinsman?
Matea Kezman.
Yeah,
Mateja Kezman. Matea Kezman. Matea Kezman. He was good. Is he the
German,
guy
right?
who was I think what I remember about him, Mourinho took him off when the game had just started. I think he had a lineup. Matea Kezman was on. Around
Mourinho is
some
Mourinho.
minute is like, no, this is not it. I think after 13 minutes, it's
But
like, this is not it.
such
Pulled
decisions are
him
made
off.
by
Yeah,
Mourinho,
he pulled him
only
off, and I
Mourinho can
think
pull that off.
yeah, but I think Adrian Mutu came on, and Adrian Mutu was a
Oh, Adrian
beast.
Mutu. Adrian
Ooh,
Mutu.
Adrian Mutu was a beast. That
Yeah,
Chelsea
Adrian
side
Mutu.
was good. That Chelsea side, but Matea Kezman was good too. But I think that's what I remember about him.
Yeah,
And he
Josh,
came
news is
from the
still
Dutch
flowing
league
in.
too.
News is still flowing in. Inter Milan want to sign Rasmus Højlund. Simeone Inzaghi is a fan of his profile, and the club are keen on initial loan with the option to
But
buy, Josh.
but Simeone Inzaghi is heading to Al Hilal.
I don't know how true that is. I've seen by that he confirmed the interest when asked in an interview. He said yes, there's an interest, but he'll have to sit down with the board and see how things. How things go. Oh, I'm reading something about Liam
The
Delap.
guy's ceiling is so high. Why would he go to Saudi Arabia now?
Who? Him?
Simeone Inzaghi.
Simeone Inzaghi? I don't know.
Yeah, I think he can still coach a
Josh,
top European team.
there's been a debate on Twitter on X. Is Brian Mbeumo? Is he worth is Brian Mbeumo? There's been a debate on X, Josh. Is Brian Mbeumo worth the 50 million pound price tag?
Every bit of it. I think it's even a steal for a player who has scored 20 goals in the Premier League to cost 50 million pounds. I think it's a steal. Maybe it's only that cheap because he has a year left on his contract or two. A year or two.
He has a year left.
He has a year left on his contract. So maybe the debate comes in that he should cost less because he only has a year left on his contract. I mean, you can negotiate with the player and get him on a free if he doesn't move right away. But he has so many suitors that 50 million pounds is about it. I mean, the other guy who went to Aston Villa cost 50 million pounds.
Who?
The other busybody, the tall busybody, Onana.
Onana from Everton. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, but
I remember,
bro, I remember you saying that I wish we go to Onana. I was like, are you crazy? Are you
I
crazy?
think I'd love to see. I would love to see Mbeumo, and I think every inch of it, the 50 million pound is
but
worth,
I think
it's
we
worth
should
getting
stop.
Josh.
We should stop that rumor of Semenyo. It is not even funny, bro.
But I'd be really happy to have Mbeumo at United. You know, strong ball carrying,
Mbeumo and Cunha.
excellent movement.
When you have Mbeumo and Cunha,
spaces,
even
quality
Dilap
dribble
can
and
be
finisher. He's a pressing machine by the out of position, smart runs that if Bruno, has such a play around him, the passes, those passes.
I told you three things about him when I likened him to three players, and you laughed, but this is the guy. The calmness and composure in his finishing is for Thierry Henry. His movement off the ball is for Cristiano Ronaldo. His directness is Ian Robben.
Brian Mbeumo
has characteristics of the three players.
By the way, when he plays wide for Brentford, his best work often comes in when dribbling drifting central into
forward.
He's a direct runner, technically secure in tight spaces, and I can tell you he can hurt teams. If we have him, he's gonna hurt teams.
He can kill the ball. He has superb control.
I would love him to start Man United. Yeah, rather to sign for Man United.
I just hope he doesn't get too excited that he has signed for Manchester United, the biggest club in world football, and he stops playing football.
No, I don't think he'll stop. I don't think he will stop. Or by the
get that Rashford sickness, that Sancho sickness.
That's
like you. I arrived.
Josh, news a few minutes ago show Lamine Yamal has just signed a new deal. Man, there is a way George Mendes is also blessed. That agent. Some of the top players are all saying
talent.
That. How did he sign for? And he's very good at negotiating.
No, because he has the experience, he has the connections, he's been around for such a long time. I mean, when there's even if Jahim Mukisa tomorrow is the hottest player in the Swedish league, believe you me, Dre is going to look out for George Mendes to propel his career.
I see here they were asking. Matthias Cunha he was asked by a by a Portuguese journalist, I don't know, TV, wherever he was, and asked him if they asked him if he had spoken to Ruben Amorim, and his response was, talking about him is easy. I think he's a great coach. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he conquers the world as he conquered Portugal. That is, I like that. He's giving us all the indicators, all the
Yeah,
indications
but
that
it's
is
good.
coming. Mm.
It's coming. It's good.
And Fabrizio Romano already said a deal is 100% verbally done. So only
Here we
papers.
go.
Josh,
Yo, United is so
Alvaro.
broke. It has made Fabrizio Romano make 3 here we goes for Matias Cunha.
Yeah, you talked about that, but I remember. You talked about that.
A guy always gave us 1 here we go, and that's it.
And that's it.
But we are still going.
Manchester United are leading the chase for highly rated Southampton centre back, Harley James Josh Edmondson. Of course, teenager Josh, and could sign for 1 million in compensation. I know you said you don't want the club to turn into a teenage, but I think it's what the club has to do. You let go of
We
those
already have
players.
very good teenagers. If you
You let
followed
go of those
Manchester
big
United,
heads.
yeah, but if you followed Manchester United, our under 18s have
Mm.
performed very well in the past 2 seasons. Very, very well. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't understand.
Sports Jazz, please do subscribe,
see?
turn on the notifications.
Big up, big up, big up. Hope it happens, bro.
He's on our cards. Oh, I
Yeah.
missed that. Why am I being
Big
slow?
up, big up, big up. Yeah.
Yo,
Because,
by the
man,
way,
that's the
Dre,
way to go. That's the way to go, bro.
Dre, if you manage to get Mendes, it's your guy.
That's how the cookie
Your
crumbles,
kid,
bro.
Jaheim is going to fly. I'm telling you. That is a promise. I'm telling you. He says United should go for Aston Villa, Vol. Yeah, for Aston Villa, who? Vol? Excuse me.
Aston Vol. Aston Vol.
Aston Vol. I said Aston Villa. Who's Aston Vol? I haven't checked him out, to be honest. Just, and how about Alvaro Carreras?
Fernandez,
like
Alvaro Fernandez. It's so disappointing.
He's about
it's
to
so
join
disappointing.
Real Madrid.
It's so
42 million pounds.
disappointing. It's so disappointing that it's not the 50% sell-on clause that I hoped for. Because it was rumored. I think it's still 50%, even if it's Real Madrid.
From what I read, it's
because I remember earlier, Florentino Perez was trying to get out of paying a lot of money for Carreras from Benfica, so he wanted Man United to bring him back for 26 million. Then he buys him from Manchester United.
Garnacho with I see he just posted something on Insta, but I think Man United fans should give him
about what his hair.
No, by the surprisingly, you're going to laugh about his dog. He said, "I'll miss you, my son."
What, he's going to leave it in Manchester?
I don't know. I think it looks like he's making. I don't know. Anyway, he's showing signs that he's really
going to sell that dog.
Maybe
you
probably
sell your dog.
He's saying
he's taking it to the shelter.
Probably, maybe, I don't know, but it looks, that's what he has said. But anyway,
good luck to him.
Guys,
good luck to him.
Please
should
do
just
subscribe.
Find a club to give us 70 million euros.
No, Josh, who's going to give you 70 million euros? It's going to be 50 at most.
Pounds then.
Yeah, pounds. Yeah, pounds is okay.
Pounds,
yeah, but pounds is okay. United should go for Aston Villa centre
back. Diego Carlos. Oh. Yeah.
By Diego Carlos, and he's not very expensive. I don't know whether he has a release clause, but maybe it's best to go for players that have release clauses. These players that have one open book.
But that guy is so rash.
Who? Diego
Carlos. Yeah, he also has some aggression about him, like a Licha. So I think I wouldn't take him.
Why? You mean he's?
We need a center back, though. We need a center back.
And what do you think about McGahey? I can't believe Newcastle turned down 65 million pounds last season, not euros, pounds.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah, Crystal Palace. He's ready to run now. He's ready to run down his contract, and he'll work on a free.
Yeah, but he'll be 29, 30.
Yes, Josh. Still, you could have come on,
Probably,
65
probably,
million pounds
probably for them. Yeah,
when
probably
Newcastle
for them.
was
They
coming for
say
him. Mm.
probably the owners of Crystal Palace say that we kept McGahey and won a trophy. Probably if we
No,
had sold him, we would never
okay.
have won this
Yeah,
trophy.
maybe. By the way, that also makes a point. I'm happy that teams like Crystal Palace, are now on. They have a bit of glory. You look at
Like
Spurs.
Spurs.
Yes, it's been a while, and and Newcastle, Josh, Newcastle as well, Josh. They also have.
Yeah.
But yeah, Josh, about Diego Carlos, Brazilian professional bowler, plays center back for who is this,
Aston
Jushan? I'm
Villa.
the Aston Villa. Um, I'm reading, but I don't see really much about him. So I don't know whether he's. But anyway, if you say that he has that Lisandro Licha
Yeah,
tendency of
he's a
going in
bit
strong.
rash.
Mm.
Yeah, he goes in strong, but he's good. He's good. He's good.
Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. He says he's a solid center back. I prefer Diego Carlos to McGay.
Yeah, McGahey is even now older.
Man, there's a way you put out your statements. But I
No,
still
he's
think it was a mistake. I know you said maybe they wouldn't have the trophy they have now, but
yeah,
it's going to
and
hurt them, moving on a free transfer. He's ready to run down his contract, and I'm telling you, after
yeah,
he
but
does that,
then
he's
he
going
has
to go
what,
into
two
a good
seasons
team.
left?
Because those defenders play so well. I think he's in his prime, right? He still has
Yeah,
3
but
seasons left, Josh.
at Crystal Palace,
No. He still has 3 seasons in him.
in
Good
him,
seasons. He's just strong, but not calm.
yo, that guy gave away penalty, I think, against us or against Arsenal. And
Who?
the manner in which he gave Carlos, and the manner in which he gave
Mm.
it out, he just wanted to slap someone. Like I think someone passed under his armpit, and he just waved like. Whoosh. I think
True
it was
South
against
American.
Diaz.
South
I think it
Americans.
was against Diaz or something.
True South
But it's
American.
good.
Wait,
It's good.
speaking about South Americans, do you remember Marcus Rojo? That guy was a
Yeah.
destroyer. There's
Yo,
also,
man, we had
by the way,
a
Josh,
whole
we have
Mexican
a
cartel
history.
that
Yeah,
season.
that's what I'm coming to. We have a history of signing notorious left backs.
Yeah,
Marcus Rojo, Lisandro
Gabriel
Martinez,
Haynes,
Gabriel Haynes.
Lisandro Martinez. Now we are
That guy,
bringing Hulk,
in our
Diego
preseason,
Leon.
when he had just joined Gabriel Haynes, he gave out 3 penalties. You know, he needs first game. Yeah. We have by the now we are bringing Diego Leon. You see what?
Yeah, Patrice
We're
Evra
bringing
himself.
Patrice Evra,
because there was a story
crazy left backs.
in that Champions League. I think he hurt his leg or something, but he continued to play. The Champions League the semi-final against Chelsea, the one they eventually
crazy.
lost to Porto when
It's
he
crazy,
was playing for Monaco.
It's crazy how we
Yeah.
keep on signing these players, same position, left backs. Very, very. Evra also was something. I've seen his stories, a bit of clips. I don't know which channel it was, but he keeps on ripping into not in about it, but getting into details what used to happen on and off the pitch, in the dressing
Yeah.
room. And I'm telling you, those guys were not messing around back then.
I
They were
know.
real destroyers. Sports Jazz, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. It's been a pleasure. Dre Mukisa, shout outs to you, brother. Shout outs to you. I'm going to hook up
Shout
with
outs, bro.
you. We are going to hook up with you very soon.
Get through the
In,
TikTok and
TikTok,
then we
yeah,
can
he
chat.
gave his hand is also the same name, Dre Mukisa.
Sure.
Please do subscribe, guys. Turn on the notifications. Man United transfer news. Share and hit the like button, guys. We shall be back tomorrow, same time. Today we're a bit late, but yeah, we will try keeping time. Oh yes, Dre, you're right. There's a top player in Aiden Heaven. That kid is everything.
First team football, proper footballer.
Proper football. That is also a left back, Josh.
Proper footballer.
Do you see the way he handled? Which player was it? I don't know whether you watched the game against Aston Villa.
Yes,
Who
I
was
did.
it? I don't know the way he won.
It was Oli Watkins.
Yeah, it was Oli Watkins. Yo, he's only 18 years old.
Ruben Amorim today said that like Aiden Heaven, every time he has played, he has showed that he's a first team footballer.
He's incredible. He didn't lie. He's superb. He's splendid. Incredible. A player that you love to have. Still 18 years old. 18 years. By the way, Josh, you're right. We have great kids coming through. We have
Yeah,
great
we have
kids
great kids coming through. So the ones we are buying,
almost in
let's
every
buy
position.
16-year-olds.
Almost in every position, apart from the midfield, Josh. We have Collier, Toby Collier, or Kalaya, depending on how you pronounce it. But I think the midfield. But up front, we have Chido Obi Martin. Incredible, good player. Defensive, or when it comes to the defenders, you know, you have Aiden Heaven, you have Diego Leon who's coming through, you have Harry Amas, you have is it Fredrickson, you have Godwin Kunkonki, a lot of kids, you know, Seko Kon in the midfield, you know, incredible, incredible. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Yo, shout outs to you, Drake Mukisa, once again, and earlier on. We are officially signing out. See you tomorrow, same time. Glory, glory, Man United. Peace out.
Salute.